Hey everybody, Hunter Jackson here with Guaranteed Rate Mortgage. Very often I'm asked what happens next in the process, or even where are we at in the process? And hey, guys, I do my best. I pride myself on setting expectations, but even whenever I'm buying a property, I always wonder what's coming next. It calms me down a little bit to know where we're sitting. So let's just kind of go over the process from the start to finish. First things first, pre-approval. Why is that important? Well, with the pre-approval, that gives me, the loan officer, a chance to go through, ask you a lot of questions, take a look at your self-reported financial information, and make an upfront decision on kind of what we're seeing there on whether you can buy a house. Now, a pre-approval leaves a lot of stones unturned, and it's not all the information. So what do we do from there? I collect documents. That's why I'm annoying the heck out of you. Hey, if I'm not able to automatically pull your pay stubs, through the work number, can I get the last couple pay stubs? Oh, you're paid hourly. You get bonuses. Well, I kind of need to see that, at the end of last year and the year before to be able to give you the most income possible. And that's always my goal. So after we get the bank statements, the income, all those things like that, I am able to issue what's called a pre-approval letter. And that's where you get this fancy little email and it says, yes, Jim Smith, you are pre-approved to buy whatever at wherever. All right, that's all pretty and everything. I like to take it a step further and get an underwritten approval up front through our Red Arrow Express program. And what that means is, well, if you want to think of mortgages in steps, you're already on step 3 or 4. The underwriter has looked at it. They've looked at the documents I've gotten. And that way we can say to a seller, Mr. Seller, we are going to close on this house. All we need is an appraisal and title work. As long as those things are great, we're going to close. All right. So we get all that. You go with your awesome agent. You find this awesome house. You'll talk about doing a contract. What comes next? Well, as you're doing the contract, they're going to talk to you about a couple things like earnest money. And that's a whole nother video, but that's more or less a promissory amount that you put down saying, hey, except for items laid out in this contract, I'm going to finish this deal. We're going to close on it. And if we don't, here's some money for your troubles, more or less. You can lose that money. So read that very specifically. You're going to go through your contract, sign it. Your agent's going to send that over to me. And what happens then? Well, if it's been a little bit of time since we got your pre-approval done, we're going to get updated documents because we need those dated within 30 days. So that's why, hey, you've already given me a bank statement, but it's 40 days old now. I need an updated one. Sorry, I hate trees. I want to kill them by taking all the paper in the world. So whenever we get that, I go through, I polish up the entire file, make it look really good. And most importantly, I put a lot of information in there for my team partners who come throughout the process. And they're an important part of this process, probably even more important than me, to be honest with you. So after we get that, I send it over to processing. Now, I do my processing a little bit differently here. I have Amy, who works on the front end, gets the approval, and then it goes to the underwriter, and then it goes to Tracy, who works on the back end and gets you clear to close. So what's Amy do? She gets any documents that I've forgotten. She's a second set of eyes. She makes sure everything looks good. She does everything that the underwriter would want, so it comes out clean. We never want having to go back to an underwriter multiple times. That's not our goal. Our goal is to close quick. So Amy gets it looking even better than I did. And she asks you lots of questions so that whenever we put it in front of the underwriter, they can make a great decision. And then she sends them to the underwriter. Our underwriting turn times are pretty darn quick, typically 24 to 48 hours. So it comes back in 2 days or less, and we're able to tell you conditions. Now, we hopefully already have an idea of what the conditions were if we were able to do that Red Arrow Express that I asked you for all that paperwork for. You got mad at me about having to give you more paperwork about, but hopefully we're just going ahead and getting our clear to close. Now, if we have more conditions, then Tracy comes in. She gets that. She gets the title work. She gets the insurance. She does all these things right there and makes this package beautiful. We send it right back to the underwriter for a clear to close. And then from there, there's a couple other people in the background that start doing a lot of things. They're called closers. They go through and they work with the title company. They get all the final numbers right. They handle all these things right there. Now, they're an invisible part, typically of the file, but they're extremely important. And they're the ones that get all those numbers to the attorney here in South Carolina or the title company in some other states to make sure that you close on time with ease and without any issues. So, in just a couple minutes, that is a highlight overview of the mortgage process. Once we're finished with the mortgage process, you go to closing, you sign a bunch of documents, and you get your keys. So that's pretty simple right there. Love to tell you more about the mortgage and the closing process. Feel free to give me a shout. 803-609-5214 is my number. Once again, Hunter Jackson here with Guaranteed Rate. Have a great day.